Oh, right. Okay, Cyber Monday deals. Let's talk about this year. Let's talk about last year. Let's talk about devaluation. And let's then talk about what we really do with regards to purchase. Do we purchase them? Do we not? A lot of people will have different thought processes on this. And obviously, the big thing is about the devaluation of 5 stars. As you know, this year, the devaluation process has started. So 5-star values have kind of gone down quite considerably where they were last year. And that obviously is a necessity when it comes to 6 stars being implemented in the game. So that's a given. We know that. And one of the big changes is the accessibility of a 5-star awakening gem, as well as other little things with regards to the unit store prices, as well as the limits. The limits have gone up in certain places. With certain things you can buy at least 3 and even in some cases 5 times. One thing to really consider is that in the last year we've seen the price valuation of stuff in game go up quite a bit. Last year we saw an Odin that was at $79.99. This was UK in pounds, and obviously that's a similar price where it is in the US. I think you were seeing like $99, and in some other countries you were seeing again around the 99.99 mark, and that has gone up quite considerably from where it was. Now it is a case that it is at £99.99, where it was $79.99 before. And do we see anything extra for that extra £20 that I'm theoretically gonna pay for this? And the answer is sort of, because it's had to go up. They had to add more based on adding value to that deal. But it ain't great. The whole kind of concept behind Black Friday and Cyber Monday is massive reductions, not massive availability, which this doesn't really seem like it is. Now, I've covered my big criticisms of the whole kind of extent of what a Black Friday deal should be with regards to a previous video where I said that instead of it being a case that we saw this on Android and collect notifications, it said it was a Black Friday deal. It was not. When we got on there, it said it was a celebration, which it should the case in fact be shouldn't it be a store-based thing that has a reduction in price rather than say something completely extra? And the same really applies for this kind of Cyber Monday thing. If we're talking about in-game stuff, then I want to see prices slashed on stuff. So maybe you even kind of run something with regards to unit prices for 1 hour only, that it's half price. In another hour, it's then something else going on. And this could have been something they could have utilized on the Black Friday. But instead, when it comes to Cyber Monday, we just see added extras. And initially looking at this offer here, especially the Odin, it doesn't really appeal to a lot of, say, endgame players or players that have completed Labyrinth of Legends. They may only see the 5-star awakening gem as the only thing that they will be remotely interested in. And when it comes to other players in the game, will they then strive to get this? And the answer may not be correct in them going for it, because they may kind of go like, well, I only have a few 5 stars, and this seems like such a ridiculous thing to go for, unless you have a specific champion that's going to be boosted within your roster that you then want to kind of use in end game content in the future. I think my major criticism, and one thing that it would have been nice to see, is more tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments in this deal, and also the one over there, the Black Panther's treasure. I know that people will say, well, we've got the cash, and we'll cover the cash in a minute with regards to what is the deal with that and what's the value of it. The biggest problem with this is that compared with last year against this year, yes, there's been a devaluation, but with regards to what you're purchasing, you're kind of going like, right, okay, I've bought this deal here. This is the only deal that appeals to me, the 3,100, and likewise the Black Panther's treasure, that sort of appeals to me. But the problem is, Kabam is saying to you, right, theoretically, you have to buy, say if you've got low on units like I am up here, it theoretically means that I would have to buy this deal above, and also I will have to buy the Black Panther's treasure in order to remotely stand a chance of kind of getting close to that 15,000 unit mark that I then have to get in order to get more tier 2 alpha fragments, and potentially right at the end get one full and some more. So that's going to be quite helpful. So let's quickly talk about last year's Odin. As you can see here, again, this is all about the way that the game has changed and the addition of the level 2 health potion. I'm kind of glad Kabam have like got rid of that, because that was just such a pain in the ass to see. So it was good to see like a change with that. But yeah, 1 tier 4 class catalyst and then 1 awakening gem. And the price is $79.99 as we've discussed. And obviously compared with that, obviously it's $99.99. but it's necessary to kind of like get that 5-star one in, because again, 5 stars have devalued a lot. It used to be that you'd have to buy the Cyber Monday cash in order to access a 5-star Awakening gem. So in some ways, it's a little bit more accessible, but obviously the price has increased. Obviously, for players that are striving to improve their 4-star roster, this may be a little bit better than it was before. So with regards to the Black Panther's treasure, you are seeing an increase by the 4-star Awakening gem, which is above me there. So that's cool to kind of see a little addition with regards to what you purchase. But the downside is obviously you're paying about 10 pounds or 10 US dollars or 10 euros or whatever it is in your denomination, your country, more in order to access that. So there's a little bit of disappointment there. And if we compare the Tony Stark briefcase from last year to this year, where before you get one fully formed 4-star hero crystal that's then matched up with a 4-star Awakening gem crystal. So that's a nice little addition to that. And obviously, if you want to purchase it multiple times, you can. It's something that I don't really think Kabam should really do. I don't think it's particularly fair to say multiple purchases on this, especially if you know, it just encourages overspending. But obviously, that's what their aim is and to do. And the final two, the Peter Parker's wallet, as well as the Star-Lord's loot bag. Now, last year you got 2. They didn't get 2. And the final two, Peter Parker's wallet and Star-Lord's loot bag. As you can see, last year for Star-Lord's loot bag, we only got the 1 tier 4 basic, whereas this year we get 2. There's still 30 tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, which, you know, you kind of think that would improve a little bit from last year, or even not a lot, especially because you're paying like £2 more, or 2 US dollars, or 2 euros, or whatever denomination. And then obviously the change of the tier 2 health potion to a lesser attack boost, not a huge amount of change, and obviously you're spending a lot more than you did last year, which again is against the devaluation of 4 and 5 stars. But it's not really been a great offer, especially the lower that you get. I don't think a lot of people, especially players, will kind of go, I'm seeing something of great value that I want to get, or something that's been reduced significantly that's really going to whet my appetite and is going to make me want to spend that cash. Right, so let's talk about the cash. And this is the thing that is the biggest point to kind of raise, and that's how things have developed in the last year. So from the Cyber Monday cash, you can see we get 500 4-star hero crystal shards, obviously for 1,000 units, 1,500 5-star hero crystal shards, 1 tier 4 basic, 10 tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, 3,000 tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments, 10 4-star signature stone crystals. So obviously there has been an increase on last year as it is with this year. Now obviously assuming that what you've done is you've purchased all this stuff in the unit store, you've got that 5-star Awakening gem, and now what you're doing is you're deciding what to do with your 3,100 units, and you have a decision whether or not you want to use that within game stuff to kind of further yourself within the game, or you want to spend it on improving your 5-star roster, which ultimately this is saying to do, because it's like last year was all about a case of going, right, well, I'm progressing incredibly slowly towards a 5-star, and now it's a case that we're getting 5 stars more regularly. Obviously, when you start the game, that won't be the case, but with regards to seasoned players, and that's the problem, a lot of people became seasoned players very, very quickly and had completed a lot of content, which I think Kabam don't do very well to kind of keep on track with regards to people advancing in the game. Obviously, that's why we came up with the uncollected kind of thing, and the uncollected title, and the uncollected crystals that came with that. So obviously, they've got kind of change the game in a certain way to kind of benefit all those players that are really quickly getting there. And that's the thing, I started 3 years ago, but if I started within a year, I probably would say that I would be at the point I am at now. So that's kind of, it's really weird to kind of like to think about that. 3 years, but say within a year you could actually be at the same place that I am currently at the moment. That is so weird, especially when you compare it with other games and the way their player base advances with that. But going back to it and talking about like advanced and the ultimate Cyber Monday cash, the extent of units that we're putting in is 15,000 units. That's an incredible amount, especially if we compare that it could be about £500 worth, $500 worth, or actually it's going to be a whole lot more when it comes to any other denomination. But it is a lot of money, and you really have to kind of identify what value you're going to get out of it. Is it going to be something that you want to do to kind of get your champions up to rank 4 5-star? There will be players that want to do that in order to make that jump, but it's not going to be for everybody. It certainly isn't going to be something for me. I really am looking at these advanced caches and the cyber cache, the standard one, the 1,000 unit one. I'm kind of looking like, do I need these added extras? And the answer is no, I don't. I think the main push is to kind of focus that I'm not in a rush with the game. I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to be doing when it comes to January. Will I stagger my Labyrinth of Legends run until I've awakened my blade? What am I really going to do with that? Will I still be playing the game in January of next year? I don't know. But I definitely know that with regards to these things here, I can't see myself kind of wasting those units. I'd rather use those units to kind of push myself through Labyrinth of Legends rather than kind of spending them on these kind of caches. I just don't see that they're a brilliant value and brilliant fit for myself in the game. Like I said, there will be a few people, or a good amount of people, that will actually kind of buy into these units, these unit deals. But obviously that's their preference. My general opinion on these deals is that Kabam need to address how much value they're adding to these deals and offers based on how much they're devaluing 5 stars and 4 stars. So for example, for these deals, how they should really improve them is to add more things like tier 2 alphas to the Odin. They should be adding 5-star shards to the Odin. They should be adding signature stones of 5-star relation to the Odin, and make something a little bit more substantial, because obviously, you know, they've price increased it. We haven't forgotten that. You have increased it. So it's important to then address that. Likewise, going down the line, 4-star should be given a little bit more with regards to a love treatment. And the biggest problem is, as well, seeing these limits, which basically says to the player, buy me, buy more, buy more, buy more, which people are going, F you, F off, no way. And the big point is, as of next year, if I'm still doing Marvel Contest of Champions based content, are these things going to be of less value than they are this year? Likewise with last year, they were so much more valuable, whereas this year, they're not so valuable. You know, I really would like to see this entering to be more available than it is right now. And yes, okay, Valor Store, Glory Store, I get it. But with regards to the expense side of things, it is still costing the player quite a bit in order to get them. So therefore, should I be seeing it more in here? And before anyone thinks that I'm absolutely moaning and, you know, I'm being quite miserable about the situation, nah, it's Cyber Monday, guys. I'm looking for a bargain. I'm looking for a deal. I'm looking for something that's going to, like I said, whet my appetite and make me want to spend my money. And at the moment, it's not the case. Like I said, there's only one thing that is a potential option for me, and it's going for the Odin, based on the fact that I'm going to be doing Labyrinth of Legends soon, and also I've got a blade that I really wouldn't mind getting a skill awakening gem. And obviously, chances are I'm not going to get that, but it's one of these things where it's worth a shot. I'm buying units anyway, so I might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So that is largely the thing that I'm saying, is that if you're in the market to buy units, then this is a good time to buy units based on what you'll get extra. But obviously, if you're not in the market for buying units, don't buy. But one thing I must point out that I think is a good tip for anybody: if you're looking for an idea for a gift for Christmas and it's like, well, you can't afford to spend, but your parents or friends or family or whatever can buy you something, buy these things, these Google Play cards, or even iTunes or Apple cards, because then what you could do is, rather than you moaning and kind of saying like, oh, well, I don't have the money for this, then, well, get people to gift you these kind of like gift cards, and then what you can do is then buy your stuff in game without the kind of hassle of kind of losing all your money for it. And obviously, if it doesn't work out, then you can learn your lesson, and then next year buy something better, like in real life, that's nicer and works well consistently. But my final thought is, it may be best to save your money for either the Kabam's 3rd birthday. Maybe they'll do like a deal for that, a reduction, Also, there's Christmas coming up, and they may do another reduction there. And finally, New Year's deal. They could do something with regards to a New Year's deal. I think last year they did a 5-star awakening gem of different varieties that you get to pick. Or was it 4-star? One of the two. Either way, I think there may be better offers and deals to come. But if you're in the market to buy units, buy now because you get extras. But likewise, the same could be said for the end of the year. And my thoughts, obviously, like I said, I will be going for the Odin based on having a chance at awakening my 5-star blade. Obviously, I may have something else that comes about that needs awakening that's going to be good in the next couple of months. That has been my thoughts on the Cyber Monday deals. And obviously, you're quite capable of making up your own decisions. You're incredibly intelligent people. And obviously, if you want to buy, you can buy. If not, then you can just wait until there's a better deal. And there's going to be people that won't buy at all. And that's absolutely fine. So anyway, I've been RichTheMan. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.